Hello, everyone. Welcome back
Hello.
once again,
Hello.
as we all
Cut
do.
him off.
It's fine.
Oh, I just
Anyways.
lost because I was laughing, wasn't paying attention. Ah!
I mean, it's
So,
fine.
Fearless DM, what are we doing today?
For tonight, as some of you might have noticed, it is 13.5 for stream number. Because tonight we are missing one person who is quite important to the series of actual events that are occurring. So instead, we are cutting forwards in time to an unspecified amount, where everyone that is here and the others as well will be sitting around a table or very nearby, cooking perhaps, in Corson's case, playing some music for Echo, maybe doing some tumbling. Who knows? All sitting in a nice room by themselves, just talking about, well, why they started doing
This is really
this.
epic music.
Why is it going to epic music?
You
Because
did.
we're all about to fight
Epic!
a boss.
Trauma zone!
Oh wait,
Boss time.
that's for something else.
That was for something else. Nobody heard that. Anyway.
Oh
my. And as always, for our current streams, our music is done by Incompetech.com. Kevin MacLeod has most kindly put out a whole bunch of music for people to use, and we are quite grateful. The song you will be listening to for most of the night, to my knowledge, is Canon in D for Tune Renaissance. There might be more in that title, but I can't read it right now. But welcome aboard, everyone, and whoever would like to start with their stories. How are you all? What are you all doing? And even
We're all sitting around the table, right?
yes, well, except Corjan, I believe he already said he was cooking.
Yes.
Fair.
Feel free to put in orders as we go. First cooking roll of the night is a dirty 20.
What kind of role is required for Corson to serve up a epically good mixed drink?
That would be acrobatics. I'm kidding.
Acrobatic.
I mean, that's if I want to put some... I guess performance would be if I want to put flair into it.
Yes.
Well, acrobatics would be too.
I've had someone roll sleight. I've been in a campaign where we've rolled sleight of hand.
That would also make sense in some ways, yeah.
I'm not caring how he makes it. I just want this mixed drink to taste really good when he's done with it.
Either that or he rolls with his cooking utensil stuff.
Would it be, what, a medicine check?
That could be a medicine check too, yes.
I guess that could work. Is this poisonous? No? Okay, here you go.
Takes
you
one
can
sip,
count it
just
as...
immediately passes out because he got the proportions all wrong. Corson
mixed it for a raging 9-foot barbarian
and
gave it to a 4-foot fairy.
You know, something like that.
Yeah, I can see that going really great.
So what is the final result on that roll, then? Would it be...
I mean, for now, just go for now survival, because it makes sense.
Okay. I'll take a 19 on the dice.
That's fair.
Which plus 6 to survival, so...
Anyway.
25.
Alright. Pretty good.
Excellent.
And a 16 to performance as I do it a little bit of flair and slide it down the counter.
My ears.
Nice. Some flair for the presentation.
That's haze.
Anyways, what are the rest of us doing? That's the question.
I'm doing my thing. I don't know about the rest of you.
I'm trying to figure out how we're starting this.
Well, presumably, one of you is gonna ask one of the rest of us your questions because
We did not go over how we were gonna do this. We
No.
probably really should have.
Nah,
Probably.
Maybe.
it would be incredibly awkward in the first place after that whole confrontation.
Yeah, that was the issue. So, I would say just
Because-
whoever wants to start who is the most likely among you to start talking about how you started doing this? Whether in a fit of rage or annoyance or just talking to people, because why not?
Trenton's not going to necessarily start talking unless somebody asks him questions about
Yeah,
his
that's
history.
kind of how a crew is.
So the question is a crew intrigued by the mentions of different peoples? Because Trenton's kind of,
Well, we've
he's
already
kinda
kind of
confused.
knew stuff about Trent and Echo.
Echo, what's your drink of choice?
Tea.
Tea?
Tea.
Alright. Oh,
I've
get
gotta
that-
keep playing the
that
music.
car
I can't get sloshed.
Makes
Good
sense.
point. Good point.
And Echo normally doesn't drink.
No, which is why that one time she went off specifically to do so was so unusual.
Just a thought. Yes.
Well, there's a 17 for tea.
What kind of tea you making?
Just like a nice herbal tea or something. Relatively relaxing. Something,
Makes
especially
sense.
since Echo wanted it, it'd probably be excellent for like, good for the vocal cords and everything, the throat.
You're forgetting to hit repeat, Michael.
I put it on repeat. There we go. I fixed it. I figured out what happened.
Akura, something strong, something light. Food.
Probably something in the middle between strong and light. Because I don't think crew is a heavy drink.
So
But,
like a good ale
if
or
you drink-
something.
Yeah.
Well, ale I don't really have to worry about cooking or mixing, so I can just pour that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time Akura got a drink from a bar was in a different campaign. I used him in it for a one shot, and the town was like if you couldn't pass for human, like they were racist. And the bartender literally handed me a bowl of milk, and I'm like, thanks.
All right then.
But anyway,
Tobian?
game.
Yes. What about me?
Drink request.
Drink
Oh,
request
drink
from
request.
person.
Drink or food?
What kind of
requests?
drink would you like? Or food?
Just some ale, please.
Easy peasy. Alright, everyone seems to be relatively
Zeps
fed
was
and
something.
drinking. Zeps probably has like a glass of wine or something with how he acts.
That would make sense. I would say coercion should probably start off, by the way.
As he's like cooking something up.
That makes
he-
no
He'd
sense.
be like, so who's gonna start talking? Someone needs to. I can't do all the work here.
Start talking
They're like-
about.
Well, then why don't you start?
You guys already know everything. Dead parents, the time plague that we just finished stopping, and the fact that there's a weird secret underground lair that I knew nothing about under my tavern. So, I don't think I'm the greatest one to start things off since we already know all those things.
So there's nothing else to know about you then.
Not as far as I know.
Interesting.
I'm a pretty open book. I'm just here to do food and keep keep the world from exploding, apparently.
Akua is gonna take a sip of his ale and kind of sigh. Akua never had the best life. As a child, Akua's home village was raided and attacked. Akua family members, Akua don't know what happened to them. Akua was taken by some bad men and locked up, then soon was transferred, and I was trained to be a warrior. And he just kind of stares into his drink for a bit. There's a lot of painful memories from the arena, but I fought for crowds. Gladiator is what Akua believes they were called.
Yes, that typically is what is used, or slaves in some cases, but gladiators is the most commonly used proper term for arena fighters.
How long ago, Michael, would you say Akua was freed?
About a year or so.
About a year,
Roughly.
maybe a little less.
Probably a
But
little
yeah.
less.
Yeah.
Suppose that explains one of your largest oddities, which is your tendency to use third person.
Oh yes. Yeah. Akua didn't speak well to begin with.
Yes, and that type of environment unfortunately does not lend well to helping one get a proper and healthy understanding of how one should be and respect for themselves. Most
Yes.
unfortunate. And hopefully we will have some opportunity to help you improve and feel better in that regards.
Yes.
If you're
There was about I was in there for a while till about a year, 1 year maybe? Question mark. About it was shortly before Akua met all of you. Akua was freed from the arena. There was a big party, kind of like friends. Big party that came in and freed all of the other fighters and Akua. That's actually where Akua got his name.
Ah. So so what did they call you when they announced you for the fight? Did you ever hear the announcement?
Akua is gonna pause at this. Like he's pondering if he actually wants to answer. He's just gonna
If it's
after a bit.
If it's not comfortable, it's not critical. It's just a curiosity. No worries.
Again, he's gonna be silent for a few minutes and then just staring into the ale. Sunstruck.
That is an unusual name.
My New Year was November 1st.
Most fighters had unusual names.
Yes.
Akua's never heard anything else like him.
Celtic New Year. No.
But I guess friends' names sound odd to Akua, but Akua assumes names are fairly common.
Well, depending on your background, one's names will be considerably different. So some of us, because of where we are from, names will be very different and unusual compared to others.
Oh, right.
I've known of different areas that have very, very odd names. And then, some of you that have what is considered in the common tongue at least very common and names that everybody seems to recognize as a typical name. So it really varies from where you're from. But Akuro is a good name.
Yeah. Yeah, there was Elfman who named Akrua. Akrua doesn't know what Akrua means, but Akrua likes it.
Curiosity, do any of you still have your language pendants or rings on you?
I don't know.
Would you have not worn it for any particular reason?
I mean, we were out of the time bubble. This is after the fight, so
Yes.
we left the time bubble. Would anyone have taken it off since we didn't technically need it?
I'm
Probably not.
assuming that unless it just disappeared or otherwise, I would still have it on, and due to the fact that Trenton would not have actually considered removing it for any reason. He just would have figured if it was a temporary thing, it's a temporary thing. Eventually it'll stop working. And when he knows it's not working, he'll then tuck it away to see if it can later be recharged. But otherwise,
I mean, to
Trenton
be
would still
fair,
have it
they
on.
also had time limits on them too.
They did, but this is not that long.
Yeah, okay.
For you guys, anyway. Quite long from when you technically got them. So in that case, any of you who probably still has it would actually recognize the word in Elvish. But I will let Pika say what it is.
Yeah, which is warrior.
I mean, Echo would know it regardless.
Yeah, Echo would know.
Echo would know it
Echo's known
regardless.
forever.
So literally just getting called by your own class sort of thing.
Basically.
Yep.
Of course, there are many societies where that is common. There's the
and it was
warriors
and it was a
and such.
nickname given to Akrua, and Akrua adopted that as his name because he didn't know exactly what it meant.
Yeah, that's not an uncommon in some societies. So it's kind of fits.
I almost forgot about the amulets.
I didn't. Sorry.
No, that's alright. But as for life in the fighting place, Akrua would rather not.
Okay.
That's understandable. And
Akrua takes another drink of ale and just kind of falls quiet.
what one thing I would offer to you is at any time, if you wish to have aid in learning, whether it be learning to speak common, more like you might have been raised if you had not had that sad event, feel free to ask.
Akrua appreciates.
And anything else that you are unsure of because you did not get a proper and fun upbringing, feel free to ask. I have had many years to learn and more than happy to provide my knowledge to those who are curious.
Akrua thanks you, friend. He gives you a soft little smile. So, what about you, friend? Akura is going to look over at Echo,
What?
asking about your backstory. Akura is asked, "What about you?"
Well, I'm simple. I don't know who my parents are. I went to the circus with them when I was like 3, and I was watching the circus, and they disappeared on me and never came and found me again.
Doesn't sound very simple.
And well, since my abilities, she'll shift into looking at like someone sitting next to her. The circus decided to adopt me and brought me on as a performer to spellcast for the carnivals.
Out of curiosity, who did you transform into?
Probably
I think
Akura,
she's
because
decided.
Akura's talking to her. Yeah.
Akura is going to jump back and pull out his glaive.
I've done this before. I shift immediately back.
Not into Akura.
Akura's seen me shift.
Yeah.
Akura's seen me
Akura-
shift over into turning other people.
Has
Yes.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Echo's done it several times.
Hey,
Couple of times
but
in the
no,
dining room.
regardless, it's because you specifically shifted into Akura.
Oh. Did you not realize I could do that to specific people?
No, did you shifted back, right?
Yeah. I was talking.
Akura's gonna look like his heart rate jumped. And then he's gonna kinda like take some breathers and put away
I
his
cast
glaive.
calm.
Yeah, no, he's already putting it away after he shifted back.
Yeah, but I'm still casting calm to make sure you're okay. Force chill pill.
What's the spell save DC on that?
There isn't.
Calm emotions? Yeah, there is. I can. Yeah.
Technically, yes.
It's just I can choose to purposely fail it, which I'm not.
This is Akura.
Find
Akura
it.
rarely chooses to purposely fail.
I did once.
I said rare.
Given, I think it was only casted on a girl once before, or twice. To be honest, the other time I should have chosen not to either.
It's a charisma throw.
It's a charisma save.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a charisma save.
you're still getting bonuses from coercion because it's a passive thing.
And
Yep.
technically Zeps.
Correct. Which steps gives you the
18.
advantage?
Yeah, that's higher than my DC. We really
Yeah.
need to fix my spell save DC.
Yes. I mean, it will go up as you level.
But
Eventually.
Akura is gonna kind of calm himself too, but he's still definitely on edge.
Coercion will put a plate of, like, a grilled fish in front of Kura.
Akura is gonna put away his glaive. Apologies. Akura. He's gonna kind of trail off as he tries to figure out how to explain something, but
It's okay. I thought you knew I did that.
oh no, Akura new friend change. I just remember that the only one who knows about Akua's dream is Echo.
Yeah?
And I remember that Akua did not tell Echo about something in his dream. Friend, remember dream Akua told friend about?
Yes.
In dream, there was other Akua. Other Akua, not so nice.
Okay.
Something off about Other Akua.
Well, at least I know not to change it to you now. Otherwise, you will attack me.
Mind you, the Akua brought up a dream that none of the rest of you guys have heard about.
Yes.
He said this aloud.
Trenton's also gonna look over at Echo and go, I do recall some days when you used that ability in rebellion in essence, because you would turn into the person who was attempting to discipline you and then mimic them back.
Yes. But, like,
You
they
remember-
could never control me. It's not like Peter wasn't right behind helping. The whole time.
I'm aware this is just one of those things that reminds me of those days. It was quite interesting observing and occasionally attempting to be the one getting you to behave better. Or to
Well,
get
you
in
see.
trouble less, at least.
How did that work for you, Trenton?
Well, you're alive still, are you not? So I have
Are you
succeeded
saying-
to that extent. There were some of those situations where you doing things that could have been quite dangerous for you. And that was why you're being asked to not do them.
They were the fun
As
things,
is-
and I'm alive.
As is common with children of all backgrounds. You try to do things that aren't always safe, and then the older ones have to try to keep you from doing them long enough for you to learn that they are not safe to do with such abandon and lack of caution. Mostly, I think you've succeeded in learning.
Is that even my birth name, Michael? That was left up to you. Because I know the Carnies called me Echo because I could shift into them.
Make an intelligence check.
I'm fairly sure that unless Echo is known by something
I rolled
else
a 7.
during by the Carnies, that Trenton
That's the
would
only
not
name
know
you
any other
remember.
name.
I mean, yeah, that's
Did the question is, does Trenton know any other name for it?
Also make an intelligence check.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's a 3 on the dice. Well, well, I have a better chance of a
Yes,
good
I
roll.
am.
Roll total than
Yes, what's the
Echo
total?
has. I don't think it's gonna be
I believe
great.
it'll be an 8 if it's just a straight intelligence.
It is straight intelligence, yes.
I believe his is a +5. Am I wrong?
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Was I supposed to? With level 8, should I have upgraded
Hello.
my proficiency bonus at all?
No.
No.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
losing here.
It's
I
level
am so
9.
losing my game here.
So that would be an 11. It is 11.
Echo is also the only name you remember her ever being called.
Okay. Yep.
Hello.
You
Sorry,
do
over there
seem to
screaming, I could
recall
not hear
it
you.
being a fond nickname from
All I was hearing
the
was a.
Beast Tamers, however.
Why? Because I would mimic the animal sounds and make them mad.
Yes.
But no, just growing up there, I was stuck with the other kids. They kind of adopted me. Peter, who is only a year or 2 older than me, became fond of me. And we did everything together, getting into trouble. And well, as we got older, we fell in love, and you guys might be able to meet him someday. If you have not already. Depending when this is.
The first thing that popped in my mind was the "What is love?" Because
I do
Krua has
so
no idea.
much.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Everyone starts head bobbing.
Oh gosh.
What did you eat enchiladas?
Anyway,
Did you eat enchiladas?
wait, is Xavier?
Yes.
no.
More COVID
I just saw his mic pop.
plus the generation.
He's been popping. I think he's asleep and his mic's on his bed.
I believe that is the case.
Say.
Origin high or low?
Oh,
Krua slides his plate over to you. Seconds, please.
this is why I cook many at the same time. He just dishes another one up.
What are you doing?
Cooking food. What are you doing?
What if he's a cat?
Toga!
The
I
cat
am
is
feeding the
eating-
cat.
The cat is eating fish.
Well, you know, Corsian is taking care of the cat. Or is a cat.
He's
I
still
don't think
charging
I'm a
for
cat.
That's fair.
Are you a cat?
Oh, I didn't tell you guys about Nut. As I'll scooch him
Oh.
up. And I'll hold him up. Well, you know he's a blink dog. It's kind of obvious with him not controlling. Well, Peter's family is the head of the animal tamers. And, well, they had a litter. So they decided to have me personally train one to see if I can go up the ranks of the animal training. Hence why he's only commanded in Fae. And gets into everything. But anyways, that's about all my story I know.
The question I always wondered is, how much of that was to see if you could train the dog versus how much was it to see if you yourself could be trained to be more disciplined?
Who knows?
See,
Ask Peter and his father when we get back.
Speaking of when you get back,
I'm not sure Peter would know. His father might. I'm simply looking at it as, I know how you sometimes are not any less erratic than your dog.
Friends planning on going back?
Eventually, that's my home.
So why
Well-
did you two decide to stay after the botched delivery?
Because we haven't been able to go back.
Yes.
We were locked here.
Yes, initially, when we
Something-
were sent, we weren't told to do anything other than deliver them, and then we are expected to be able to go home. But there was some interference,
Interference?
apparently, that prevented us from getting back. In fact, I'm not entirely sure we still are, that we can yet communicate stably
Well,
with.
considering
with
we just
them,
solved
yes.
the whole plague problem, that might be a little bit easier now.
Possibly, if that is the only thing causing the interference.
I did send a note through Jane, remember? Oh, I didn't tell you
Yes.
guys about that.
You
When we
haven't
were
told us a lot
drinking.
of things.
When we were drinking, I told Jane how much I missed Peter and would been trying to get a hold of him, and she sheepishly pulled out a box and told me to write the notes, which is how she contacted us to begin with. So Peter does know somewhat what's going on.
So, where is Peter?
Peter's in the Feywild with the rest of the carnival.
Akrua's gonna tilt his head when he hears Feywild. Would Akrua know what the Feywild is?
That is a good question.
Welcome to Survival.
Make an int check.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Not a
Total?
clue.
6 total?
6 total. I got 5 on the dice.
Oh my! Yay!
Uh,
Oh,
Yeah, you don't
yeah,
know.
Crew's gonna tilt his head when he hears Feywild.
It's another
For the-
dimension.
Crew does know what a dimension door is.
Yes.
Trenton, you're probably better at explaining what it is.
Well, really, the best way to think of it is it's another plane of existence that is commonly known as the home for the Fae. All of those who come from the Fae world. That's where we live. The fairies, especially, are known from there. Many consider that a home for the elves, although that's not always the case anymore. But there are many creatures that are home in the Feywilds that are not seen commonly elsewhere. But it's not something that you can just simply hop in a carriage and ride for a certain number of days and reach either.
What was the last?
So it takes a little doing to get from here to the Feywilds. That's why you don't see the circus all the time in this, in the different towns around. We only come when either we've prearranged to come for, say, putting on performance, or because someone like Jane has requested somebody from the circus to come.
No, Maria, you're being a brat.
I am not.
So-
How dare you?
What is
Dude.
circus?
Master building.
Well,
What did
are
I
you
just ask?
are you familiar with
Yes.
the concept of a circus, of performers that live as a group and travel to put on performances for communities?
Well, didn't travel, but that sounds like the arena.
well,
No, honey. I'll start casting one of the shows we did
in
with
In
my
a
image.
What kind of
fashion-
illusion spell you using?
Probably silent image or major illusion.
Okay.
in a fashion, there is similarities because it is a performance. One of the biggest differences is when a circus is putting on a performance, it's usually a performance just showing off various skills and abilities that range from acrobatics to bardic to illusionary magic.
So,
Like what's showing in this. Whereas what was in the arena, it's a performance, but it's strictly of brute force.
so it's not a fight to the death.
No.
Never. No. There are
We do
times.
tricks.
There are times that the performance might reenact fights to tell a story. Like some of the illusion magic, some of the actors might, through their performance, be telling a story of a great battle or of a siege or other significant event in history. And in that case, there might be the illusion of violence, but no actual danger in terms of fighting. Usually the most dangerous things are that some of our acrobatics do some tricks that are not always the safest. Like there are acrobatics that like to do things high in the air, whether it be swinging from rings, walking ropes, etc. Those are not always safe, and depending on what safety measures are in place, or to make it even more thrilling for their audience, intentionally remove or made not as visible, those acts could be very dangerous, because if you fall from a great height, as
the one that
most know,
gave
generally you're going to get hurt or die if there's not
Or
safety
give them
measures
double
that will catch you and protect you from that. So that's the most deadly thing that typically happens. Well, unless the wild animals get out.
That's why we have
There's
the
also that.
trainers.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, Ark.
Yes.
Is there a way I can essentially put Akira into a genjutsu and have her walk through a carnival with me?
I don't think any of the spells you have access to currently can do that.
But you don't even know when this is. I might be high enough level.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going the afterlife trope.
got tentacles. It's on the bottom.
Well,
I mean, it entirely depends. Yes.
Well,
Yeah. That. we
well,
can-
he said that it wasn't long enough to where the magic on the amulets faded out.
It's actually
True.
3 sets of armor.
Well, it wouldn't be that long,
Different
depending. But
types of armor.
yes, I'd say you can probably pull that off. At least in a
You could do an
not
illusion
very
of it.
reactive version.
No, they can't interact. It's just them walking through. It's kind of like flashbacks happen in movies.
Yes.
The person's standing there, and the trope. That's the young me runs up to stop what's happening behind the scene. Yeah, and it doesn't work. That whole trope. That's what I want to
Yeah. No, that would be quite easy.
do. Okay. Akira, do you want to experience one? I gently hold up my hand. You can be there and see one. Nothing's bad's gonna happen to you. Nobody will
Akira's
even know
gonna-
you're there.
Akira is going to be hesitant, but he will take your hand.
Kentra will
Trenton, you
look
coming?
over and say, "This will be like a more realistic illusion, like these pictures she's done before, and that we did for the children. Only instead of
1300, almost
us
Okay.
looking
Mind you,
in
Akira
on the
didn't see the
picture."
images for the children.
Yeah, I was casting
it's
it on
just-
the dining table when you were sitting there eating.
Yeah.
And I was
When
not
it-
there eating. I was there doing something else.
This
But it was
is
in the
when
Great Hall.
this is when everybody was brought into the key.
Yep. But Akira couldn't go near the kids without scaring them again, so he didn't go near them at all.
Oh.
Oh, it was a big image. It was
Yeah.
huge. There was no missing
If
it.
you were in the room, you saw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a movie screen size image.
Either that or I don't think Akira was paying attention.
That maybe. But this, instead of being like a image that you're looking into, you'll be inside it,
The shield, the ground.
seeing it all around you. But yet, it's an illusion type, so you won't actually be able to interact or touch them.
Oh, does she?
And they won't know that you're
Those are
there.
what-
It's just a memory.
Akira confused.
Echo continues holding out her hand. Just touch my hand.
He already did.
It's,
Okay.
He already
it's
did.
safe. It's safe.
I do have my other hand, and anybody can
Yeah.
touch me to join.
Trenton will probably just put his hand on the shoulder in case somebody else wants to take your hand.
I'm good. I need to make sure the kitchen doesn't catch fire while you guys are away.
I
Put
will
that
put
on.
her into our last performance, and Michael, that's where you narrate. And I'll
Me?
point out when me and
Narrate?
Peter run by Trenton, just so there's people she would recognize.
I wasn't supposed to narrate.
Come on.
Making me talk today.
Congratulations, DM. You have been pulled into RP.
Now that seems unnecessary.
It seems
You
quite
thought you were
appropriate.
gonna get away without role playing tonight?
Yes.
You thought
You intent-
wrong.
You intentionally made it so none
When
of
do
the
you bring them
NPCs were involved.
do you bring her in?
yet,
Him in?
Now. In,
When do you bring him in?
As soon as they touch.
No. Like when in the thing do you bring him in?
Like, what performance? What day?
The
The last
most
one we
recent-
did, and
Wherever that was.
yeah.
She's doing a memory of the last performance. that
All
we
right.
were in.
Who else is joining the buy-in?
The buy-in? Zeps, maybe?
Hello?
Are
you
you
gonna-
join?
Are you going to come
What-
watch this
what
memory
is it?
of our last performance?
Oh, yes. I will join.
I will say that would be a question.
Well, I'm fighting, aren't I? So I couldn't.
No, we're currently sitting around the table talking about backgrounds.
That's all.
Oh, that
There-
was like off in the distance. Wasn't okay. Yeah, I got you.
This is there is no combat going on now.
Indeed.
I just want to fight an elf, man. Okay.
That will happen when we're all here.
Oh, he's talking about his combat with the
With the elf. Yes.
with the head of the army guy.
Their
Okay.
lead. Yes.
Yeah.
I figured we'd get to that quite near the end to make it nice and simple. So who all is going again? Make sure I'm correct.
Me,
Phil,
Akrua, Trenton,
Trin.
and Tobian.
And
To buy. Well, Zeps, Corsian, and Belfire all sit out. Alright. So as you all appear to fade almost in your own, from what you can see, the rest of you who are not going in, essentially, just see them kind of standing there, rather glassy-eyed, staring off into the distance.
See, that's why I didn't want to go. The kitchen would definitely be on fire by the time I got back.
As those of you who are going into this illusionary field, essentially, you find yourselves sitting not in the stands as though a guest would be, but essentially underneath them in a small little alcove. For Echo and Trenton, this is of course where you usually stand to cast from for various effects. Out of the way, not generally easily seen, except from very attentive people. The circus show that is occurring in this particular case instant is a trapeze. But this is not just normal people moving around and whatnot. No, indeed, for some of the movements while they're doing their jumps and flips in the air, they're actually being caught by various, you presume, anyway, otherwise they're just flying, invisible beings. So it looks truly amazing as people just float through the air.
Was the hot one out in his whole bases?
And Tobian. Here and there, you actually see around you various smaller people. You believe it would be various beast tamers, considering the animals all around you. Is there anyone in particular you wanted to introduce them to? Sort of. At least so they can be seen.
Be
Echo.
pointing out me and Trenton when in the images, and
Mm-hmm.
probably Peter and the rest of the people I would be pointing out, saying names. And I would
Alright.
ask her if she wants a different viewpoint. Sorry. I'm looking at you, and
While the show is going on, this one in particular went rather well, by the way. Akrua and Tobian and
Imagine
the
it
other two
did
as well.
flop.
As you see, one of the tricks you presume was about to go badly, and then you see the image of Echo, you think. Echo is standing almost inside herself at this particular moment, so you're having trouble telling which is which. But you presume the image of Echo casts something very quick, and rather than falling, the person just kind of glides across the area.
Levitation.
Something. Probably levitation, yes. But they played it off quite well, and it looked intended, as the rest of the circus simply continued on, you presume, as normal. At which point you actually see some of the various animals being shepherded by Peter out in... They actually start performing You're not quite sure what they're doing, actually. It almost looks like they're trying to dance. But it's an odd little menagerie of birds and whatnot, and all sorts of rapidly darting form. But otherwise, I can't help you much because I don't know what you're all doing.
And Echo does point out Peter, right?
Yeah. Here. Just
I
since
was
we're
gonna say, yes,
bringing
if
him
you wouldn't
up.
mind putting up an image of. While you're doing that.
Peter.
There he is. In all his glory. There's Peter.
Exactly.
And yes, we both have butterflies on our face. You can ask about it if you want. Now I'm switching back to Echo.
Otherwise, you see... Actually, Trenton, what did you do for the show again?
I think it's... Yeah, as far as during shows like that, I think I was mostly like sound effects and things like that. And then other times, we didn't really discuss completely what all they did.
That's fair, honestly.
Make shit up now.
Do it. Go. 2 seconds.
Well,
Finally?
obviously, I one thing obviously I would have done is I would have helped with some of the costuming and things with my tinkering tools and my blacksmithing tools.
So he's in the
Is-
corners quickly stitching together ripped
No,
costumes.
I wouldn't be doing that in the middle of a performance.
If something goes wrong with the dressing, you would be.
Because mending is slower.
Possibly, but not usually, not with clothing.
But other things. Oh no, that bar broke.
I might be trying to reassemble one of my apparatuses, going, why did you guys not take care of this the day of the performance?
In that case, Akura, you also hear all around you, actually, you notice very small embedded stones that seem to be emitting a really nice tune, all at the exact same time. The two of them point that one out as Trenton's work. And a couple of the other artificers helping out to make sure they had enough to coat the area, of course.
Yeah, because I have the ability to do like sound or light emissions from various little things.
Yes.
So that's part of the things that I would have helped with too.
As the show continues on, it's mostly this one you can tell was more of a wrap up. They were having fun and just kind of doing whatever they felt like at the time, more than anything particularly planned. You finally, however, see some of the, you presume the older ones go out and about. And they are doing things you don't believe are actually possible as they cram themselves into a very small, what looks to be some kind of chariot, almost, but it's sealed. And it just seems to be driving around at really quick speeds. And then you notice there's about, 12 of them in there.
Oh, okay.
Some magic you've never quite seen before, you presume. As they're all quite normal sized, and this chariot is not a car. Of course. That would be insane.
Cars exist in D&D? Oh my god.
No, it's about the size of, a small, like a little square table. It's quite small.
It's a carriage that you would question whether one person could sit inside it, let alone
let alone
7 or
12.
8
yeah,
or more. And you can tell these aren't fairy. So not the 2 and 3 foot tall type beings, but these are more like elves size or bigger. people somehow.
Yeah, Michael
fitting-
said that they're pretty normal sized.
They are indeed normal sized. But yes,
Akrua is like he's literally starry-eyed watching everything.
at this point, Echo, I will need you to make an Arcana check to make sure that
Oh,
illusion
God.
holds well. No, it's just make sure the illusion
Roll a
doesn't
3.
slip.
Okay.
Told you my rolls are not good today.
That's all right. That's all right. The spell starts fading, and you feel like you could put more power into it, but it might not hold as well as intended. So would you like to do any more fun effects or anything as you fade out?
No.
All right. And as you see, the show itself was coming to an end. It just kind of fades away from view, and you blink and find yourself standing exactly where you were before. That's all I got. That's back to you.
Yep. There's my mic. Alright. My mic wasn't picking up and I was like,
Oh. I've had that issue before.
Yeah, so go ahead.
As you see, while the acts in some ways may appear dangerous, thrilling, or otherwise, the goal of these performances is simply using the enjoyment of one's performance to bring joy and laughter and just happiness to those watching. Whereas
Akrua is literally starry-eyed, and he's looking around trying to figure out where it all went.
well, that's magic, my dear. That's the magic of illusions, which is kind of Echo's forte, among other things.
What's dropped off about as fast as it,
One of the things that causes that is how she does many of the things is via the wonderful magic called illusionary magic.
Shoot, I think I threw one of my axes at your wall.
Oh,
waiting
what
for
about
it.
you, friend? Akrua's gonna look
I have
at
it back.
Sabayan. What's friend's
It'll be
story?
in their inventory.
My story?
Yeah,
Like my backstory?
that's what he's asking, yes.
Oh, I grew up in the town you guys met at. And just decided to become a knight.
What time did we meet you in?
Drop out and go back in.
You all met
The
him
one
in
where
Hink.
Sometimes
the one where the
it
keep's
doesn't
at.
show the first time.
I was gonna say you all met him in Hink.
Yeah.
Okay. We all met him here at the keep.
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember if some of people had met him before we got to the keep.
Negatory.
Well, did friend know Corsian before?
If Corsian was there.
Corsian has
Yes,
been in
for a
this
little
town
time.
most of his life, yes.
And yeah, I've probably met him or been to his tavern before. I'd say.
Plenty of people came through. I'm sure I've seen you around a few times. Depends on how often you frequented the tavern.
Aren't you guys around the same age?
Oh well.
Version's
It's
25.
fun level.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about the same age.
So shouldn't you guys known each other from the education system you guys have set up?
Very nice.
Do you know how stupid Tobian is?
I was gonna say
One or
education.
two, you get
Echo.
roll combat. Instead of a kick or a
There's education systems in
block,
this time
you
frame.
throw the axe to the end.
We were
Oh,
given an
yeah.
education.
Yes, we were. By the circus. Because the circus considers it essential for us.
So you're telling me everyone else here didn't have to go through all those lessons?
Well, Akrua didn't have choice.
But still,
But-
you had terrible upbringing. These are just people that were born where we've been defending, and they weren't smart enough to make them go through lessons to learn simple things. I may
their
not be
par-
smart, but
I was going to
Many
say,
of
I've
them-
learned math and cooking and languages from my parents.
Yes.
All the necessities of
Like
how to run a
saying Coercion
tavern.
was homeschooled.
Echo.
Portion was.
See,
For sure.
unless you're of a certain level in most societies, everything that is deemed necessary for you to learn is usually taught by your parents. Many children, much like you were, are essentially working in their parents' field or apprentice to somebody else to start working and learning a trade quite young. And unless you're of enough wealth, it's not considered necessary for you to really learn anything if it's not essential to the trade that you're going to be doing. So, someone like Corzin was saying, his upbringing, who is running a tavern or a merchant, who's being taught to be a traveling merchant or things like that, they're going to be taught things like math and such. But if somebody's just going to be a blacksmith or like a maid or some other servant type thing, the only math they're going to be taught is enough for them to be able to figure out how to count their coins and their money and make sure they're not being swindled when they're buying and selling products. You know, when they go to the market to buy food, that the person selling the food isn't swindling them and is giving them correct change. But they aren't going to be taught complex and more difficult maths and such, unless they're things, you know, like Fortune was saying, he got taught a lot of that because it's necessary for running a tavern. Now, all of the quote-unquote nobility, they have a completely different education because their expectations are that they are very worldly and educated, but they also don't have to do anything for that because they're nobility and inherently wealthy and don't have to do anything for their money.
Does circus have nobility? Or does
oh,
Trin just know all this stuff?
well,
I'll let the Carnies answer that.
well, technically, yes and no. It depends how high you view our the people that run the circus. They are really old and really well respected.
It also depends on
That
what
was a player.
society.
That was a genuine player curiosity.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It also depends on society. Some societies would not consider anybody in the circus to be nobility, regardless of their background. Once you join the circus, you're considered nothing more than a servant and an entertainer. That doesn't mean there weren't people of nobility background who chose to join the circus.
But is there nobility itself in the circus? Does the circus have nobility, or does Trin just know nobility?
The circus has levels essentially of guidance and things that might have parallels to nobility, but for the most part they don't go around, you know, the people with more authority that are running things wouldn't necessarily be demanding to be called lord, lady, and majesty or things like that.
There's a class system of sorts.
Not so much a class system.
It's more ranks, but
More of job titles and duties.
yeah.
The acrobat who is extremely good at their job is not any more or less important than the person whose main job is managing all of the circus. The person who is at the gate taking in the money is not less important than the person who is managing the animals. There are people who are in charge and to who everybody else looks up to, partly because of their years of training and their knowledge. And because that's what they chose to focus their abilities into. You know, they chose to become a merchant type person who knows how to do all of those management things. I know many of those things simply because, well, I've been with the circus long enough. And, well, some of them I might even have known before the circus. Not entirely sure. I've been with the circus for so long. It's been quite some time since I joined the circus. and I look around at everybody and go, in fact, there aren't many of you, except for maybe that one, looking at Bellfire, who is as old as I am, and has seen as many years as I have. So, just in time, you learn many things. I don't know that I could necessarily do everything a noble must do, or know everything a noble does, but just simply observing, especially observing some of them in town while we're performing, we come in for performance, tells you much about at least what they think their place is in society. Just walk over. In fact, as you're spending time in town, you might get a chance to see how nobility acts by observing some of the people here. Although I have been surprised at some of the people that I think might be of nobility who don't have the arrogance of most nobility.
Not me wondering which one you mean.
Let's see, a couple of people we've interacted with, like a specific wizard, who Trenton is getting the idea is very, very involved
hilariously, you
might
actually.
We know he's nobility.
I'm gonna tell you honestly, you do know he is nobility, or at least
Yeah.
he's the current Baron, if not nobility.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Trenton doesn't necessarily know if he's been raised to become Baron recently, or if he's a nobility by blood and birth type Baron, where he inherited the title, or if he was raised to the title because of something.
Who
Oh,
dropped?
No,
Pika
not
dropped.
Oh, welcome back, Pika.
Welcome back.
I'm here. Anyway,
So anyway,
Yeah. So yes, that is very much who Trenton would be alluding to as one of the nobility that
Person
doesn't exactly exude some of the behavior that is
No.
common in nobility.
so Akura is going to look back at Tobian and ask, and he's going to look at him and be like, so then why did friend join other friends?
Leather worker?
Why did I join
Okay,
you?
grab same finger.
That's what he's asking, yes.
I believe I was hired to help you.
Oh, so like Akura.
I believe so.
essentially yes. To clarify that one,
Yeah.
you are technically part of the Adventurers Guild, which
Are we part of the same guild?
I mean, you never specifically joined, to my knowledge. Tobian specifically is a member and has
yeah,
been.
because Akura didn't never actually like
You
joined.
just, to my
showed
knowledge,
up.
weren't part of the guild. You
Yes.
just work with them.
Yeah, because
You just showed up one day and we liked you.
quests and stuff.
Kind of like Echo was
Give
left
me
behind.
job. I can fight. Give me job.
That's literally what Crow did
Essentially.
when he got freed. But
What happened in campaign?
But otherwise, yes.
Oh,
Oh, and we lost the PK again.
And she's back!
my camera didn't turn off that time. That was weird.
That is a little weird.
Anyways,
You needed some.
but the question I meant to ask was it technically the same guild? Because I know I had to travel here.
Yes.
It's the same guild for all the
yeah.
towns.
The Adventurers Guild actually spreads through most of the countries any of you is aware of in world. They only don't have presence in the very, very far southeastern areas. And maybe some of the northeastern ones that are mostly just glacier and have, assorted...
not the same guild.
Yeah.
Not like the same
And
exact
also-
guild.
So different branches of one overarching thing. They work
Yes.
to think of them as more of a group of guilds.
Like a chain. It's a
Yes,
chain.
they're all important. They all work together. Is any of them
Well,
technically in
probably not
charge? Hard to say.
But it's rather a chain with different locations.
Yes.
Yes. So we were in different locations, but both Adventurers Guild. Anyway.
But otherwise,
I'm actually mildly surprised that nobody is asking questions about Trenton's comment about how old he is.
I was going to, and then I disconnected, and then I forgot exactly what I was going to ask.
well, now you've been reminded.
No, but I forgot my exact question.
Oh,
I had a question. And I knew how I was going to phrase it, and then I got disconnected. The gods of D&D does not want us to know.
Because if I recall correctly, Trenton's also a fair bit older than Hayes as well, right?
you are older than Zeps, yes.
Yeah, than Zeps.
Yeah, because Zeps, I believe, is the third oldest person on the party.
And it's unknown whether or not Trenton or
Bellfire is
Bellfire is
oldest. Well,
older.
Technically, it might be Trent now because Bellfire got hit twice by the.
But Bellfire didn't lose that many years.
He lost.
10?
He lost,
believe
I
he's
think,
lost,
over
like-
20, didn't he?
I think he's lost about 13 or so.
Okay.
We'd have to ask him. I honestly don't remember.
Oh
He's
well, I know
only-
one hit was 14. I remember that much.
Oh, okay.
And that was one of the hits.
And the only person that knows definitively what Trenton's age is would be Michael.
Yeah, I was also say DM.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't. I do indeed know your age.
However, until it gets figured out in game, it's not known because Trenton currently does not know for sure. He remembers.
Well,
that
you
it's
have
been
a
number of
hunch.
years.
You have a hunch.
No, I now know a better minimum number of years.
Exactly.
I don't know if that is actually how old I am or if I'm another 50 years older than that.
But older
Well,
than
I
you
have a-
thought you were.
So I have a feeling if we're taking a long rest, this might be right after the fight. So could we say with certainty if Akrua's went and talked to Jane yet or not?
I cannot say with any certainty whether you have talked to Jane. You guys might have managed to talk to Alex by now.
Because I'm like, we could also just immediately went back and took a long rest. Depending how hard that fight was.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
With how confusing that is, I think this should feel like it's a lot more in the future.
Entirely
or
possibly.
afterlife, or...
Entirely possibly. I can't answer that question because, well, it's not my
Alright.
fault.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Because, yeah, I was going to bring up something else, but I don't know if I can or can't. Anyway, thinking is hard.
Yes.
Makes sense.
You know what? I'm just gonna go with the basic question then. If I can't think of my first one. Akira is gonna look at Trin and say, Friend said wait number of years, and friend talking friend be old. How old is friend?
Well, that is a good question. I'm not entirely certain. It's either due to my age or being fairy or otherwise. There are many things that sometimes I don't recall well until something triggers to remind me. Such as recently I got reminded that I'm at least a fair bit older than any of you, due to the fact that I know when I joined the circus, I was around Corsian's age. Maybe a little bit younger, but definitely not older than Corsian
Go ahead and give
when I joined.
Go ahead and give a hug. It's okay.
The little one.
Oh, see, it is a little one.
Yes. That's my youngest coming to say goodnight.
This page over there.
And the
Child.
And that how many years that I worked with the circus and things prior to Echo joining, that kind of blurs together over the years. There's much that has been done, much that I've learned. I didn't really keep track of time closely. However, I believe Jane mentioned how many years ago that the audio was that she placed with the video that we played for the children. I think she said it was at least 50 or 60 years ago.
That was not Jane, but yes.
Oh.
I was
Was
like,
it?
that was not Jane. That was the mystery woman.
The name,
That we
Oh.
the
never
lady
had a
who
name
none
for.
of you asked the name of.
Okay. Sorry.
Because
I
I don't
thought
think
for
I
some-
talked to her, did I?
No, I don't think you did, actually.
I thought for sure that was Jane for some reason that was involved with that.
Well, Jane is
Okay.
a paladin, so
Yeah, and if
clearly
Jane
cannot
were-
cast wizard
I believe
spells.
this was a sorcerer.
I'm in my player's memory on that is
But yeah, because if it
Not
was
clear.
Jane, why wouldn't she play the most recent one, which was 30-something?
Well,
True.
considering that you're pretty sure she's in her 30s.
right. Well, some of us are.
Anyways,
But anyway,
at this, Akira is going to tilt
and
his head
I-
and look at Echo.
in the audio that was
Okay.
played to go with the video, I recognized my voice. I was one of the ones that you heard in that performance.
Again, Akira is not paying attention to that.
Regardless, anyone who heard that performance, I don't know that I recognized myself in the video that Echo played, but I was in the audio that was played to go with it.
Even though that did not match, yes.
And so therefore, I am have been with the circus for at least that many decades.
Which Akrua is going to tilt his head and look at Echo and ask, "Do you know how long you've been with circus?"
Since I was 3.
Yeah. Do you know how old
How old?
you are?
Yes, I'm 19. I think I'm 19. 1 second.
Akrua doesn't math, so whoever
As Echo's
does
brain
the math.
breaks.
Akrua doesn't math, so whoever does math.
Oh, sorry, 18.
So she's been with the circus for 15 years.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know you are at least 15. No.
No. I know now that I've been with the
Yeah,
circus
70.
a minimum of
Minimum
3
of 70,
times.
yes.
A minimum of 3 times as long as Echo has been alive. It's how long I've been with the circus. For all I know at this point,
Oh?
I could
Oh,
have.
we lost our DM.
Oh no. Well, good thing we don't need him. Just keep going.
Anyway.
It is possible, given how I lost track of time, that I could have been with the circus for 5 or 6 times or more than how old than Echo's age, rather.
Oh,
I
welcome back, DM.
I cannot confirm due to at this time anyway. I've not recalled anything that would tell me for sure how many years ago I joined. It's quite possible that I could find people at the circus who might be able to tell me. But again, it's never been something I've concerned myself with.
My Discord might have crashed.
Whoops.
Don't worry,
So-
that happened to me already twice. So,
Oh, no. Completely restarted.
So, as I said, I am certain that most of you here are a fair bit younger than me. I am not
Akura
certain.
believes he's in his 20s, yes.
Based upon what I know of how your kind's ages, that would be a fair assessment.
At this, Akura is going to tilt his head and ask, "My kind? Other Tabaxi?"
As in your species, your race. You're not fairy.
Yes, Tabaxi.
Right.
You didn't know there's
And-
other Tabaskis?
You've met others.
There were some at the circus.
Would I have seen
I've-
others at the circus?
That's a Michael roll.
There
I
were
think.
some in the.
Michael
there
did-
actually, yes, there were some in the. I actually forgot about that detail. Sorry.
Yeah.
There were some in the beast tamers. In fact,
Would I have recognized any of them?
like specifically,
Yeah.
or not that you caught for sure.
What would have been obvious to her or to him that it was someone of his same race.
Oh yes, quite.
Oh yeah, Akura knows what a tabaxi is. Yes.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just confirming that the dress or costuming or something wouldn't have obscured that. Is all I
No,
was asking.
they would have been quite evident.
Okay.
I'm saying that because again, Crow doesn't know what happened to his family and whatnot.
But yeah, you're not a race unknown to the world.
Well, Akura knows that.
So I can't say that I know anything about any particular village or city of others like you, but I have known other persons. And Trenton probably wouldn't have paid any attention to those beast tamers to have commented
that's fair.
specifically that the beast tamers were.
I would know who the tamers were. I work along them most of the time.
Yes, but would you have paid attention to make the connection that she's asking about others of other tabaxi, and that those beast tamers are also tabaxi?
Really? Like I could tell their names.
Right, but I'm saying, does Echo pay
Akua wouldn't
attention to
remember
race
names.
and
He would
species enough
remember faces.
to think about the fact that Akua is being shocked that Trenton has known
Unless I roll for
other
it.
tabaxi?
I don't know if Michael made NPCs for my parents or not.
I have made NPCs for them, yes. Did I specifically have them written down or important in my brain? No. Should I have?
Apparently,
That's
they might
up to
have been relevant since today's backstory night.
Purple, roll for it. You were young then.
Oh, yeah, no.
You
What
do
was
not
his
remember them.
intelligence?
No? Oh, hallelujah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was this intelligence? Because, yeah, I got another 5 on the dice.
It would have been straight intelligence, yes.
Wait, did you say save?
Straight
No.
intelligence.
Oh, straight. I heard save, and I was like, wait. I was like, wait, I have advantage on this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I already made the jurisdiction that he did not remember names, but he would probably remember their faces if he's seen them. But he would have to make the roll. But
the likelihood of you coming from the beast tamers as a child of one of the beast tamers is probably not high.
well, no. But if they were like captured and had forced to be there.
No.
No one's at the carnival without
No one.
being forced.
Echo would probably be the closest that the circus ever has to someone being forced into the circus, in the sense that the circus took
But
her in.
Akua doesn't know that. That's why I was asking.
Right.
That's fair.
Yes, fair.
Anyway.
But that's how Trenton and Echo would answer is the circus does not force people into it, so nobody of the circus would have been forced in. Someone
So nobody
such
from
as
Akua village.
No.
not by
Unless
force
they're there
anyway.
by choice.
Nobody you
Correct.
recognize.
Or
that's-
using it as a cover for hiding.
That's why Akua just said nobody from Akua village is gonna, and so yeah, he's not gonna be interested anymore.
Echo's circumstances is the closest the circus goes to having
Yeah,
a
Akua's
forced
not gonna be
situation.
interested anymore after knowing that they're definitely not from his village. Because I feel like a subplot from Akua is trying to find others from his village, but at the same time, just kind of
Anytime that there's a possibility to a threat will lead toward it, a crew is going to jump on it, and as soon as it doesn't pan out, a crew is just going to go, oh well.
Yeah. No, but
No significance tied to him, other than anytime word comes up, oh.
yeah, that's literally what just happened. Was other tabaxi. Oh, okay, not mine. That's
No one
literally
I
what
know.
just happened.
No one I know. Not important.
That's literally what just happened.
Now, do those beast tamers know of or know people from your village? Possible.
Maybe.
You know.
But yeah. Anyway. Trying to decide what to talk about now.
Oh? Have you not been
Makes
hearing
sense.
a horse scream?
Great.
Why no rees?
Great. I just heard something about Scream and I went, great.
Oh.
Any other questions for the party? From everyone else? I know I've been doing a lot of the questions.
Yeah, because while Trenton has some intrigue from it for the most part, Trenton really he's like,
Okay.
you know.
It's my dog.
Doge.
Doge. There he is. This Newt.
There's a face. Face of the camera.
Alright. But yeah, I know I've been doing a lot of the questions. Does no one have anything for or anyone else? But because we don't have, I mean, we have Hayes, but we don't have Hayes.
We're kind of missing our two most mysterious people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, Hayes wants to keep Seps like that.
And that's
Yeah.
fine.
Like I knew if we asked Seps, he wouldn't answer anyway. Unless we rolled persuasion on him. Depending how high the DC would be for that.
And he handed him a good portion of alcohol.
Yes. How many drinks does it take to
How many drinks does it take?
to open up a Zeps? Yeah.
The answer is many.
And his
Yes.
Constitution saving throws.
Yes.
Version high or low?
Uh-oh.
As his
High.
Hanging above.
Akira is gonna slide his glass over and ask for another.
Another ale.
Yeah.
Okay.
and Trenton's just been enjoying his
Got it.
very well made mixed drink.
Don't drink it.
We got background person.
No, that's Henry's butt.
Another doggo.
Yep.
Doggo.
Anyway,
I suggest you remember the name and not buy it again.
What are you doing, dog?
Taking over the world.
my dog hopped down to the floor.
Nope, he's just nesting in my bed covers.
Oh,
That's
Oh.
what doggos do.
no.
That's fair. Except mine's on the floor. He hopped down.
No, don't need it.
Do we want to cut
Yours is-
stream early tonight?
I always have
We
somebody.
Well, Gabe wanted something.
I wanted something.
I carry
You're
100.
talking about
That's
elf
more than
fight
enough
or
to make
something?
potion.
Yes, we do need to get that covered.
To see how much
Oh, are we wanting it in?
Hellfire won in his bed.
100 is
Yeah, if anything.
only 1 pound.
Oh, that fight.
So
Yes,
do we
it's a
wanna
little
jump
challenge
into
fight.
The duel and call it quits.
I'm okay with that.
Nat 22. I'm upset.
Oof.
I normally use higher ones. For emergencies, I'll make the weak one.
Alright. So,
Okay,
as
look
you
up.
all of your
Which is
questions,
what the,
for the most part,
Alvera's
confirm
army
some things you already
for
knew,
emergencies.
clarify a few others,
Weak
and continue to
They're light-
confuse
they're-
everyone.
Way less.
The majority of questions I
Not
think
potion.
lie with our other three party
So-
people.
I carry 100 Alvera with
Yes.
me. We
A
potion
lot
Um,
of people like
Three?
Alex.
Well, we need to question Alex, but I figured we'd wait to question him when we had everybody back.
Oh.
That was indeed the intent, yes.
Yes, Alex is very much one of the people you need to question heavily.
I got 2 berserkers with me. Look, it's there. One of them's name.
So as you dig through and continue on, enjoy your meals and whatnot, and just kind of relax, we're going to cut away back to a little before all of the end of last session, when Tobian was challenging a particular elf to a duel.
Who happened to be the head of the guard.
Yes. And as the two of you walk into the ring and are surrounded by just elves, you happen to catch Bellfire slipping around in the crowd, whispering something or other about betting money on you. And I believe you shifted into your were form, yes?
Mid, like, in between. Hybrid
Okay.
form.
The hybrid? Okay, I could not remember.
Yeah, and I was trying to do it for intimidation.
Oh, by all means, roll for it.
Oh. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work. 8 total.
8 total? He just kind of tilts his head, grins at you. Ah! Not as human as I thought, then.
This nice night. Anyway. I was rolling for fun, and the first thing I rolled was an R5, and I was like, what? Anyways, continue.
You aren't as human as I thought.
That seems.
Hmm?
Huh? You
I could
ready
not
to
hear what you
fight?
said.
I said, so it seems.
Just tilts his head. Ah! Well, no worries. Now, would you prefer a blade? Or no? And he just tilts his head at you one more time.
Blade
see
or
this
hands?
Yes! You just see this half-mocking smile appearing on his face.
No magic?
Of course not.
No
Well, then let's
magic
fight
says
with hands.
as you're shifted.
Oh, that's not actually magic, funny enough.
No, it's not.
I mean,
Curse.
Yes, but still, it's still, like, not normal. Per se.
That's fair.
But anyways.
Now, which one did you say? I'm sorry.
I'm up for either. Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
He just kind of pulls a gold out, flicks it around, and while it's in the air, he says, "Heads or tails?"
Heads.
Pretend it's a coin. I don't have any on me.
Roll D4.
In that case, it's your choice.
Let's go. Let's do swords.
Swords.
Absolutely.
All right. And at that, he simply shifts around a second and moves a couple of blades that had been tucked in various parts of his armor and hands them off to one of the others around. I'm not going to need those. You tell it's mostly like small blades, like used for throwing.
Like
Yes.
daggers.
Yes. Really narrow
Looks
ones.
at Zip.
Yes, almost exactly. Very similar collection. You tell these are thin and clearly made for throwing, however. And as he simply pulls his blade very slightly out of the scabbard, shifts positions and does not twitch. Just staring at you. That same slight smile on his face.
I draw my sword.
He doesn't budge.
Do we want to switch the music to combat music?
You know, that might be an idea. I've been trying to get this.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get the music player to unlock this whole time.
No, this is
On the
great,
bright side, it's
Effie.
made it
I don't know what you're
10%.
talking about.
I enjoy it.
Discord actually has a YouTube function, by the way.
Does it?
Yes,
But
it does.
I have issues with the. This is all royalty free. We have now switched to Crusade. Heavy industry. It's very nice, actually. I like it. I just picked it at random. And he just tilts his head slightly. Well,
Well, do you want me to go first?
And he doesn't twitch, just tilts his head a
Initiative?
little. Nope, no initiative. That's not how duels work. And more importantly, how do you attack him if you do indeed move first?
I'm going to very quickly move towards him, as I am in hybrid form, and swing my longsword at him.
Alright, you see him glance down towards your feet as you move, and oh, that's the wrong die anyway. I'm like, wait, I can't roll that high. And as you swing your blade at him, go ahead and make that attack roll. Hello.
It's 16 plus 8.
16 plus 8 is
24.
24.
Does that hit?
As your swing goes in, you may roll damage, of course, because it will connect a little bit, just barely nicking him on the side. As his blade flicks out of its scabbard and almost bats it aside, but you do manage to slice slightly into his right.
13 damage.
All right.
And I will swing again.
His blade's still out at this particular moment.
18 hit.
Actually, that one missed right there.
That one misses.
That one missed. And as you take that swing, he goes ahead and swings. That's the wrong die again. Oh, my dear. His first swing he goes in, and you easily dodge it. Almost like he was moving in slow motion. His second one, however, connects you quite soundly. As you dodge the tip of the blade, he just kind of punches you with it full force.
Catches me with a handguard.
Yes, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Yes, this does go through your resistance.
It does?
It does!
You sure?
Because it happens, his
it's
blade's
silver.
magical.
Oh, is it magical?
His blade is
I
magical.
figured you'd make it magical. And
Of course
being
it
an elf.
is.
He's also captain of the guard, so it stands to reason.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought earlier, because
5
it said no
damage?
magic, I was like, does this include weapons?
It does not include weapons, just no spells.
Yeah, no magical weapons either.
No, I'm sorry. And he just tilts his head
Then I
slightly.
was like, it goes for the resistance. I was like, oh, it's silver. And then I was like, oh, wait.
No, I figured it would have been a silver weapon, being an elf.
Funny enough, most elves don't work with silver.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's not a normal thing for them.
What is it, mithril?
They usually work with mithril, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, whatever we found was, yeah.
And as he takes a quick step back and shifts his stance almost, he grins at you. Not bad, not bad. Care to try again?
Yeah. 19.
19 total.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that will also miss.
Okay, I swing again.
All right.
River dice, that one's been rolling low.
That's fair.
I think this was a night Oliver I decided to roll low, so maybe it's a good thing we
Yeah, it's a
didn't
good
run the
thing it's
combat.
not the other thing.
23.
23 will connect.
Yeah, I've had low rolls except for when I, randomly move my dice
15
tray,
damage?
How
and
much?
I get a nat 20
15.
that it
15.
rolls to when I'm not actively rolling it.
All right. And as you catch him again, his that smile disappears a little bit from his face. All right, much better with a sword than most of you. And as
Just
he
getting warmed up.
what the hell is wrong with my dice today? This is embarrassing. Again, as that first blade just swings in, it still seems like it's moving in slow motion on its first strike. And we're right back to this on the second. Your armor class is 20, right?
18.
It's 18? Oh, okay. I still messed with the other two. As his blade darts in one more time, you actually take damage that time. 11 points of piercing, as it just the tip just slices into your shoulder, and then he kind of reaches in to grapple you. I need you to make a acrobatics or athletics check to counter. Hi. Attention,
25.
25. All right. As he grabs your shoulder and starts to pull you forwards like he's about to toss you, you just kind of shift your arm and it blap it off.
Stronger than you thought, too, aren't I?
Perhaps. He just tilts his head. Ah! Fine, then. And he shifts stance one more time. Well, come at me! As he takes a half step backwards, you see a small blade appear in his other hand.
Ah, 15, that don't hit.
Negatory.
All my dice are rolling low.
It's okay, I've been rolling 2s.
20.
That. As your blade comes in once more... Oh, I completely failed that even check. As your blade comes in once more, it just seems like you caught him off guard that time, and his blade wasn't quite in position to smack yours aside. And go ahead and roll your damage.
Nine damage.
9. Counting.
And, I'm going to take my axe and surge.
Alright.
I look really pissed off at the moment. 19 plus 8. I'm sure that hits. 19
Yes.
plus 8.
Yeah, I can't even attempt to block that.
15 damage.
Alright. As that one more swing hits him, he just kind of glares at you.
And
Fine,
24.
then. 24? This time you see... Oh, hey. No, definitely not. As his small blade just tinks it aside. You said 24?
Yes.
Huh. In that case, we're gonna go ahead and do that. I need you to make a dex save.
Oh boy. 18. I rolled high.
18. Just barely. As he catches your blade in between his and almost flings it aside. You barely catch it with your other hand with doing a little spin. As he goes on the offensive quickly, he takes a couple swings at you. I'll just roll multiple. Oh my. Well, that's better than 2s. And you said your AC is 18?
Yes.
Well, that dagger is not doing anything, but that's fine. Alright, you take a total of 23 points of piercing damage as his little rapier thing just stabs into your leg a couple of times. But the dagger just tinks against your armor and doesn't seem to do anything.
How's he looking?
He's looking annoyed.
Oh, fuck, I dropped my dice.
Well, that's not good.
No, and it's the one that's been rolling good.
Oh no.
I got it. Alright. My turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Likely to be the last round.
19 plus 8.
Uh,
Fuck, those are crits, too.
that's a
Damage.
crit. If I can block it. No, I can't.
I rolled a 19 last turn.
Oh. You right.
Alright, it's my mess up. I didn't catch it. That's 24 damage total.
Alright. And at that swing, he just kind of holds up his hand holding that eye. Alright, enough.
I rolled an 18, so I'm gonna start swinging, and I stop right as he holds up his hand.
That's fair. You're like, okay. Out of curiosity, would that have hit? No, it would not.
What?
That one would not have connected.
No, I rolled an 18.
I know.
I rolled an 18.
And it's plus
Plus
8,
8
right?
on top of that. 26.
You'd have missed by 2.
Really?
Yes.
Rolled high for once.
Yeah, I finally rolled an 8 on my D8. Other than that, he just kind of tilts his head. Alright, you win this one. Well done. Well done.
All done. Shake his hand.
He actually greets you in common this time.
I greet him back.
Welcome to the camp. We're glad to have you.
Thanks for letting me in.
Of course.
Thanks for
And
doing
he actually hands you the dagger that he was holding. Let me keep this.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. I would be careful with the blade, however. It is silvered.
Oh, yeah, that might hurt me.
The hilt, of course, is not.
I'm gonna stick it in my pack very carefully.
All right.
I don't
much
think
does
I have any
willpower went
food
off
from
that?
coercion.
That was 200 and I believe 30, if I remember correctly.
Dang.
230 what?
Gold in the pot of who won.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. How much did Bellfire win?
The pot.
Oh,
He was the only one betting for you.
Yes.
Everyone else is betting for the other guy.
Unfortunately. Which covers
Wait.
1, 2, 5, and yes, I believe that's everything. Is there anything else anyone needed?
not at the moment.
Alright.
Wait.
Might go rest up. Do you have a place to rest up?
Of course, and he just gestures towards the barracks. I don't know if you're being given a tent or not, but you may, of course, crash in anywhere in the barracks. Just pick a bed.
I believe straight after the fight is when Alex pulled aside.
It's when... What?
Alex pulled us aside.
Oh. I believe that is the case. Yes. Actually, now that I think about that, thank you.
Yep.
So at that point, you were actually pulled into a conversation about something else, and then you were led away to where you were pointed out to where you were able to rest. Unless anyone has anything else to cover, I believe that is all.
That's it.
And that's all for tonight. Next
Alright.
session, hopefully, we'll be doing a lot more.
Hopefully everyone will be there. If not,
Hopefully
we
we
will.
don't die.
Unfortunately, either way, we will still be running the session, so I hope everyone will make it. Otherwise, it might
Hopefully
go.
we don't die.
No promises. But there you go.
I'm
Have a
feeling
very good
good.
night, everyone. Thank you for joining in.
And we'll see you in the
Alright,
next one.
night.